Hey guys, today's Tuesday, May the 2nd of 2023, and I want to go over metals, energy, and the dollar. Focusing more on the dollar today because tomorrow's FOMC, and there's going to be a lot of fireworks. So without any further delay, let's get into it. As you can see, crude oil got a nice little snap to the downside. It's still holding here. Yesterday was a positive daily candle, but now it's kind of negative. So we're just pretty much chopping around between 76.92 and 73.93 on the 4 hour. Nothing there. RBOB, same thing, although this day is looking positive. In the 4 hour, there's like a little squeeze play, and it just triggered positive on this candle right here, but kind of just hovering around here. Let's see when the US opens to see if it's going to continue to grind higher or go back into this range on the 4 hour between 254 and 247. Natural gas got this nice little pop towards the end of the month, and then you can see Monday was kind of flat, and we're getting a PPS sell signal, but it's kind of fluctuating between the price action of 227 around 230. I guess if it goes lower than 227, the PPS sell signal triggers. The 4 hour looks negative. There's a pivot here of 229. If it could close back above it, then I could either go sideways or bounce. You can see we're on a squeeze play on the 4 hour that came in around on the first, and it looks like the pressure's to the downside. And you can see a little weakness here on the histogram, the blue bar, but it looks like the pressure's to the upside. Is it stalling here? It could be. We know May is kind of weak. There's some dates. I know the 3rd for a possible swing high, and also towards the 24th of May. So we'll see how that's going to play out. Heating oil, kind of getting a little bounce here. You can see it on the 4 hour. There was a squeeze play. It looks like it wants to squeeze up, but I wouldn't buy it yet. Looking at all the energy sectors, May looks pretty strong for RBOB. Crude. I can't remember heating oil. Let me see if I can find heating oil real quick. I don't think for heating oil, but I could be wrong. Heating oil. Actually, yeah, you get a nice little bump in May, but natural gas is the black sheep. It says that May is normally weak for natural gas, so that's what the data is saying. Let's go into gold. Let's look at gold. I'm watching this level, 1980. It hasn't broken it yet. Looks like the pressure's to the downside, kind of chopping around on the 4 hour between 1980 and 2024. You can see that silver got this nice little pop. Look at that on the 4 hour, and then they just flushed it down. That's not a good sign. I would have liked to see gold, silver kind of pop and then just kind of go sideways up here, but they were big sellers pushing it lower. What could that mean? I don't know. It's going to show reveal its hand tomorrow. You can see that the squeeze play, it looks like the pressure on the daily chart is to the downside. So if we take out 24.71, it's going to be interesting. Copper, good old copper, just fluctuating back and forth. Wants to go back to like 408 and hover there, but we'll see. As long as we don't take out 382, you're pretty much in chop fest, just consolidating, waiting for the big breakout to reveal itself. But so far, the 4 hour is kind of getting positive, but still kind of just in chopness. Palladium, it looks like you got this nice little pop to the upside, and then it kind of retraced. Let me look at what the metals seasonality is. Let's see. So pretty much all of them in May are negative. Palladium, platinum, copper, silver, gold. So they get a pullback in May or a retracement, or they're kind of weak. And I'm interested in palladium, but knowing what I'm thinking the dollar could be doing and seasonality here, it could probably pull back a little bit and maybe just kind of consolidate, maybe test this low of 13.33. We'll see. But the 4 hours negative also. Let's see platinum real quick. PL. And you can see platinum now got a PPS sell signal right here on the daily, and the 4 hour is looking pretty ugly too. So we'll see. I don't know what the weekly looks like, but the daily is definitely negative. So I want to focus on the dollar real quick. I'm not going to do the natural gas because I feel like this is the event for tomorrow. And I am thinking about going long the dollar. I'm just going to see how it's going to play seasonality wise. May is a strong month. And we'll look at some levels here. As you can see, what's that? We're above the 101.91. This is the daily, 50%. I'm not going to worried about ranges because it's going to be so volatile tomorrow. But I'm just showing you what I'm noticing. We're above the 101.59 on the weekly, so that's positive. And we're above now, but it's kind of gray because we're still kind of close to it, which is the monthly previous 50%. Which is the 101.92. So that's looking good. I like the price action. I like the candles. I like the trending. We're just kind of stalling right here. And we need to break about, 102.18 and kind of close above it. If I see that, then I'm going to go long. And you can see that on the yearly, the big target would be 104.70. We're below. We're kind of hovering around there, kind of gray, because we haven't really pushed down to like 98, what I was looking for. You can see that we had the value area low right here, which is a 101.40. You can see there's a 50% here on the monthly, 101.91, and we're around 102, so that's positive. That's above that 50%. You can get the hockey stick on the monthly, which is a good pattern. Although we're not here, which I like to really accumulate on the linear regression. We're kind of in between the silver and the purple, I guess. But it looks like it could be just for a possible retrace into May and then push lower. I have a target of 98, but we'll see if that's going to play out, into the future, go down there, or maybe even lower and maybe find support somewhere around here. This would probably be a nice place to accumulate and maybe short the metals, expecting for a bounce. So we'll see how that's going to play out. And on the daily, you see that we got a PPS. We got a PPS here, and then we kind of fell down, and then we just kind of started accumulation distribution phase. And it looks like now they might be ready to pop it again. But it all depends with the FOMC, the news, how people take it. You're above the 20. Target to the upside would be that 50, which is 103.64, all the way to this 50%, 103.35, which is the cloud. Once you break above the cloud, find support here, short term. Is going to be positive. Linear regressions channels are going to start pointing up. And then you got to deal with the, you could say the cloud on the weekly and the 50% right here, which is somewhere around 105. Target to the upside, if I'm thinking, it'll be like 106 and maybe it'll stall there and then maybe do another leg lower. But that's, me looking at, all these other things I use in regards to trading. Let's look at the, big picture. I wanted to show you this. Look at that. This is where what I'm calling zoom out. You just zoom out and just see what the price action is doing. This right here is the yearly. This is the monthly, weekly, and daily. No indicators, nothing. Just look at the price action. So far, it looks like it's just making higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs and higher lows. You do a retracement from these highs and this low, you're above the 50%. You do one retracement from here to here, you're still above the 50%. So it's pretty strong, if you ask me. Let's look at the market profile. Value area high, 105. Nice target to the upside for a nice little pop into May. I think you see that right here. This it's going to be a battle right there between 103 and obviously this pivot. So you can say 102, 103 pretty much. 103, if it gets up there, is going to have to fight really hard to push to 106. So we'll take baby steps first. First target would be 103. And you can see that on the daily, this is the weekly, this is the monthly. We're already above the point of control, which is that 102.11. So it looks like, if it's going to push, I'm going to deal with this little area, 103, somewhere around there, and then value area high of 104. 104. Lastly, since I'm running out of time, we did a high last year about 114. We've been stalling around here about the 100 area, which is the 135 degree from here to here. I was thinking maybe we push lower 98, lines up with 114 high, but we haven't done that yet. So we're now at 102, so we're going to push 106, 180 degrees. So this is the target I have if we get a pop to the upside. All depends with the FOMC and what happens, whatever they say, however the market takes it. If they see that, it's going to benefit the dollar, people are going to pile into that. It's going to make sense with the seasonality of May being strong. Metals are going to go down, which will give you opportunity to accumulate once, the phase is over, and then the dollar goes back down, and then we'll take it from there. But that's my reasonable target, to the upside. Obviously dealing with 103 and then pushing to 106 and then kind of stalling and going back down and maybe kissing my 98, which I'm waiting for. Hopefully you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the dollar, on the metals, and energy sector.